Hello everybody, my name is Six. This is going to be a playthrough of The Waking Shores. This is being done on my stream on twitch.tv. Hopefully it's a good zone. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to read all the quest text. So for those that want to know the story and see what's going on, I'm not going to skip the quest text. We're going to read it, see what's going on. And yeah, hopefully it's a good adventure. The music is not playing, so you'll hear a lot of ambient noises. That is because the music is not done yet. Also, yes, hi YouTube. We got teleported by a Tauren from Orgrimmar, and this is where we are at. We get a quest called To the Dragon Isles. A preliminary expedition has made landfall in the Dragon Isles thanks to the efforts of those brave Dragonscale expedition members. We've established a protected landing site in the Dragon Isles and made contact with the Dragonflight's embassy. Are you prepared to accompany us on our next voyage to the Dragon Isles? I guess. take me here. Also, Ret Paladins got updated today. This is a sample look at the tree. I went full AoE. The tree, I think, is going to need some changes to some of the node placement already. I'm curious to hear what people who are actually Ret Paladins think, but yeah, it's interesting. I went really hyper into AoE talents, so because we also have a dungeon to do this week. Oh, that's a good sign. PTR feedback. The issue reporter is broken. It seems. Normally there's a window down here. Welcome to the Dragon Isles. It's not a good sign. Don't mistake the expedition's scholarly pursuits as timidness, Sixy pal. We are not recluses studying books in far-off towers. We are adventurers hunting down knowledge firsthand in every quarter of Azeroth. That passion for adventure often leads us into the path of perils and hazards, and a few expedition members have bitten off a little more than they could chew. Rescue 3, okay. Oh, this is, for those that don't know, Cinder Thresh is from the Evoker starter zone, so I believe that is the Horde version of the dragon. The other dragon that you were with went to the Alliance. Gosh, what was that noise? There's some proto-drakes just looking down on us. Is that not something we should worry about? Thresh glances suspiciously at the proto-dragons lurking. Well, I just first saw that, I didn't even read the text. I swear that those proto-dragons edge closer to camp every time I turn my back. Those are not the dragons Abyssian invited us here to meet. Proto-dragons are ruthless predators who cannot be reasoned with. We must be ruthless in return. Cull their numbers to keep their ambitions in check. I may need to lower the sound a little bit. These dudes are so loud. My settings did get reset, so I'm kind of dealing with that, guys. I had it where I wanted, and now it's not the same. These proto-drakes are unlike any I've seen before on Azeroth. Their scales appear to be naturally flame resistant, stronger than steel, and don't lose flexibility in the process. Incredible. My artisans, all of them, are clamoring to get their hands on some of those scales to work with. Start with the whelps. The smallest scales should be more pliable until we master a technique. Nice. So we do not have a dragon yet. Abyssian said the Rathian would be waiting for us at the embassy. Okay. Let's, man, these Tauren are kind of brave, aren't they? We're getting a few lag spikes so far. We got the fishing trainer.
What has the wind?
Wait, I can actually train fishing, but fishing isn't in yet. Hold up. They didn't say fishing was in yet. Hold on. Nobody say anything. I'll test it out later. Shh. No snitches. I think I should lower some of the volume a little bit. Hold on, guys. I hate that they reset my settings. That really makes it hard on me. Also, it seems like the dragons are just really loud. Oh, I naturally have that. Okay. Man, I haven't played Red Paladin in so long. God, will these dragons shut up? They're so they just keep carrying on, man. Screech, screech, screech. Is that ambience or dialogue? Because oh gosh, I want that off. This is the other thing I wanted to do. Wait, where is it? Oh yeah, key bindings. Auto loot. There we go. Let's see what exorcism looks like. I need to start dropping my consecrate. I forgot about this. Oh, I'm in a lot of pain. Oop. Well, I turned on auto loot, but it didn't do anything. What type of build are you using for red? I saw some interesting avenues for consecration. Yeah, I actually took all the consecration buffs. There's a lot of consecration buffs, so I'm gonna test that out in the dungeon later. And I just went AoE because we'll be mass pulling probably for questing, but we're doing the questing first. I know a lot of people gravitate to the dungeon first in some cases, but I always try and get this done because this is going to take longer than the dungeon, you know. I want to make sure I get that done. I'm going to have to get used to it. Seems like a lot of other people are trying out red as well. Here's my first suggestion. They need to quiet down some of these dragons. It's actually so loud in my ear. Like, are you guys getting annoyed by the dragon screeching also, or is it just me? It might be me. Yeah. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I guess I should use Word of Glory. Yeah, a big thing that I noticed, I usually don't have a... Well, I guess there's not really a lot of keybinds. When I normally play red, that's a big thing. I was like, well, I usually have my normal spots, but for this, there's actually a lot of abilities. Oh shit, use that. Do not die. These guys hit harder than I thought. I got slapped. Oh, this poor guy up here. Are you okay, friend? I threw a rock at him. Nice. Save the other folks. Trapped in a rib cage, huh? There'll be other rib cages to study, but only only one me. I'll carry these bone fragments to our camp, okay. This is a very heavily populated area. There was actually one other area like this in the Azure Span when I was doing the questing, and it was awful. I actually thought there were too many mobs in the area, and they hit way too hard. I'm kind of curious if this will give problems if you're the only person in the area. We have a lot of people here, obviously, right now, because it just came out, but... I need to get out of the lava. Is this updated lava? What server are you on? It's Tears Hold, I believe. The lava looks cartoony. It kind of does, but I mean, let's be real. WoW's art style is a little cartoony. Oh, look at this nice little snail. It's a lava snail. Yeah, it's Tears Hold. It doesn't really matter because both servers are hooked and we can do whatever. It's just, we need to be Horde, but I guess we can just make characters for dungeons anyway. I won't do the dungeon until later. So. I'm getting a lot of lag spikes. Oh, I know what's going on. Hold on, guys. Because my settings got reset, I think it is, there's this fog option that just tanks my... Here it is. Let's move that to good. It's this fog. This destroys my frames. And I have a 3060 Ti, and it's just like, it's so bad. But I'm still getting lag spikes, so I think it's a little rough still. The dragons are not here to meet us, as Abyssian said they would be. How unusual? Oh, where's Rathian? Abyssian told us that Rathian would be awaiting our arrival along with an ambassador for Alexstrasza the Lightbinder, Queen of the Dragons. It isn't like a dragon to break a promise. At least this eager draconid is here to greet us. Would you kindly inquire into when the others shall arrive? Be ready for anything. So... The Valdraken Accord. It's not a blue one from earlier. Cinder Thresh is here. That may dissuade them from attacking the expedition camps for a time. It's eat or be eaten in the Dragon Isles, 60 pal. You'll do well to remember that. Is there a way to turn off the LUA air from showing, by the way? I'm really starting to get tired of it. Like, is there a console command? Tap on the help menu, which is left. Okay, navigate. I googled it. Open World of Warcraft. Navigate to the game menu. Tap on the help menu. How's Rhett? Don't know yet. Haven't done a dungeon. The trees are okay. Kind of curious to see how that's gonna go though. Tap on the help menu? What is this about? Oh, this is a really old guide. This is like Burning Crusade. This isn't retail. I use a macro to toggle it on and off. Somebody messaged me? Oh, okay. Hold on, let me just get your BNet and all. BNet friend you really fast. For those that are looking to get into the alpha, a wave just went out, so keep that in mind. Oh, thank you for making it easier on me. Well, I can't copy paste it, but at least I can type it. Oh, Brecca? Yeah, yeah. For some reason, it's not. Well, I guess BNet friends are bugged because I just got another LUA air for it. Good lord, dude. Let me see if this CVAR works. Stabby, you may get a weird message. Never mind. There we go. I think I solved it. I won't see the errors anymore. Thank goodness. Give peace a chance, aka this is an orc word. What am I talking? Sorry. Akamogash. I'm so stupid. BigHeroSixy, pal. This expedition is under the protection of both the Horde and the Alliance. Our instructions are clear. Give aid to any members of the Dragonscale expedition, regardless of their other allegiances. The Alliance's representatives, Captain Garrick and her son, stand guard on the other side of camp. I fought with Captain Garrick against the Scourge. She is honorable and will serve this expedition well. Well, this is interesting. Go offer her your assistance. Show her that the Horde honors its agreements. Weird. You really think we can trust them? I fought alongside the Horde and Alliance actually working together. That's different. Hold on, let me check my UI also. I'm so this playthrough is gonna be really scuffed. I apologize for those watching on YouTube. I'm just making sure everything looks okay on my screen. The fact that I had to reset a lot of settings didn't help either. Nope, it's still there. Anyway. Captain Garrick salutes your approach. Warlord Brecker proves her honor once again by sending you to me. The crafters, artisans, and explorers of the Dragonscale expedition are ill-suited to the vigors of battle. But not you and I, Sixy pal. Here in the Dragon Isles, let us use that strength to protect those who can't protect themselves. Clear out the elementals. Got it. Wish your comrade luck, Private Garrick. Blood and Thunder, friend. What? Psh! You speak Orcish? Neat. How about that? There's a lot of quests here.
How can I help?
Are you looking for work, Paladin? I represent a new trade company, the Artisans Consortium, which matches artisans and clients through a crafting orders network. The Dragonscale expedition placed an order through use for some enchanted mining tools. The tools are crafted, but we would like to test them before completing the order.
Please
Okay.
be careful.
What's on your mind?
Have you ever seen such powerful elementals? I hear the guards grumbling about having to fight them all the time, but they're missing the big picture. Bigger elementals means bigger crafting components. While you're out there clearing the elementals for our safety or whatever it is, be sure to pick up pieces of the biggest ones you can find.
See you soon.
We already have a turn-in over here before we go do all that. And there's another quest right here.
Our enemies will fall.
Toddy and Naledia have requested a survey report of the surrounding area immediately. Luckily, I've acquired an enchanted telescope and surveyor's disc that will help us scout out nearby areas from the safety of the clouds. Unluckily, I am deathly afraid of heights and cannot bring myself to set foot on the contraption. You are not afraid of heights, are you?
Death to all who oppose
Kind of,
us.
actually. Actually, I am. Have you got the scales yet? The alchemists are getting antsy. Okay. Let's jump on the disc. Look at these. Search for power, calibrate it. Search for allies, calibrate it. Okay. Search for some power. Oh, lovely cutscene here that's not done yet. I saw a lot there, guys. All right, let's look for allies. Work in progress. Lovely to see. If you're playing Rogue, then yeah, Rogue's actually really hard to put together compared to the others, in my opinion. Okay, let's turn it in. I thought for certain you would plummet to your death from up there. Thanks again for taking the risk so that I was not required to. Happy to keep my feet planted firmly right here on the ground. Yep. Alright, we're going to talk about where Rathian is in a moment. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I chugged a G Fuel before we started doing this. I will mark this right now so I'm able to cut this out later. Put a little bathroom here, and when I come back I'll remove it. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. It seems like other people in the zone are complaining about FPS drops as well. Console script errors 0. All right, let's talk to Syndrax. It's truly an honor to be the first member of the Dragonflights to welcome you to these shores. I'm Cadet Syndrax. Please forgive my nerves. This is my first assignment. What an incredible assignment it is. Welcome again. Should we shake hands? I believe I read somewhere that your kind likes to do that. Wait, there isn't a shake hands option. Let me shake your hands. Have you not seen a blood elf before? My apologies, was I staring? You must forgive me, but I have never seen any of your kind before. Dwarves, elves, Draenei, I've heard stories but never seen you in person. And so many. I am new to the brood, not that it would have mattered. It has been thousands of years since mortals were welcomed in this embassy. So there used to be an embassy for mortals. According to my history teacher, thousands of years ago, I think he said. History was never my strength, though. I trust the dragon spawn to tell me what I need to know. You can ask Ambassador Fasteraz in the embassy tower behind me if you want to learn more. Yes, I had expected Major Domo. Major Domo, oh no. Solistra and Rathian. But I'm honored to be the one to welcome you, mortals, back to the Dragon Isles. On my first real assignment, no less. What luck. I know I'm not the dragon you expected, but it's still a great honor to welcome you to these shores. I wish I knew more about how to welcome you to the Dragon Isles, but I'm only the sentry. You try talking with Ambassador Fasteraz in the visitor center. It's like I just entered a new town. Yeah, well, we got the visitor center over there. Pick up a pamphlet. We have tours. You might be able to answer more of your questions before the dragons arrive. Mind your step in there. He was clearing out rubble last I saw. Okay. So you two were rivals before jointly leading this expedition. People have a long history of rivalry. This is very Miss Pandaria right now. Don't you feel? Does anyone else feel that? Very Miss right now. Welcome, honored guest. And here are the... Please ignore the Tauren back here. These are the Tauren that they put in for the alpha. I don't believe they'll be there in the future. I might as well change my hearth, right? That might be a good idea. I don't know. The Dragonflights welcome you to these shores, honored denizen of Azeroth. Queen Alexstrasza offers her warmest greeting and awaits the opportunity to host you at the light pools when your journey takes you there. Ooh. Do not rush beyond your own desire. It has been thousands of years since feet of your kind walked this land. It can wait a while longer. Why is the embassy in ruins? You have my sincerest apologies for the current state of the embassy. We have only recently begun repairs to restore this embassy to its former glory, as a shining beacon to all denizens of Azeroth. I trust that the hospitality of the Dragonkin you meet along your journey more than make up for the lack of physical comforts. Please rest as long as you like before taking in the wonders of the Dragon Isles at your own pace. The Dragonflights are proud to have been entrusted by the Titans as guardians of Azeroth, but they recognize they are not alone on this planet or in that effort. This embassy was established to welcome mortals to our shores and teach them about our charge, our flights, and our ways. All in the hopes that mortals, such as yourself, will choose willingly to stand alongside us in the defense of Azeroth when it is needed. Right. I'm a new arrival. Take this guide. They gave me a pamphlet. It shows the embassy's many amenities if they weren't all in disrepair. I got a visitor log. The embassy visitor log is a massive tome with a number indicating it is only the recent in a long archive of such logs. Each page is filled with an elegant handwritten form for each visitor to fill out. Alright, let's fill out the form. Oh, choices. Sixy Pal, Sindoroi Paladin, High Lord Sixy Pal, Balnazar, Chromie, Alexstrasza, Sixy Pal, the Lightbinder, Sixy Pal, the King of Dragons, Rathian's BFF, Dreamy Eyes, Caligos, the Angry Ghost of Ysera, Stonehead. I don't really want to do a joke option. I don't know. I won't do a joke option. I'll just do the standard to see what happens. I'll be a High Lord. Write today's date, hour, minute, and second tomorrow, the not too distant future, as quickly as I could. Sorry I'm late, I'm always late. Precisely when I meant to. After everyone's done setting up, last call I hope. I don't believe this, I don't believe in time. I'll do the basic. The final comment asks for the purpose to aid the Dragonflights, accompanying the Dragon Scale, personally invited by Alexstrasza, for the Horde, for the Alliance, for Azeroth, for the cute baby ducks. That one I will answer. My purpose is my own. Is that an Illidan? Quote, to save the world again, to help those in need, to best mighty foes. Why does anyone do anything? Epic loot. I was dragged here by someone I care about. You tell me I don't read quests, I just complete them. For the cute baby ducks. What a joy it is to see new signatures in the visitor log after all these years. Answering the duck question or the duck answer is probably going to haunt me in the future for all I know. Oh, there's a welcome message over here. Welcome, friend of the Dragonflights. May your journeys in the Dragon Isles bring you tranquility, confidence, and camaraderie. While you travel these isles, reflect on this portion of the tablet has been broken off. Remember our oaths to Azeroth, symbolized in the oathstones, at the seats of power for each Dragonflight. We ask, this portion of the tablet has been broken off, for life and for Azeroth. Okie dokie. And then I have to light the brazier of kinship. You know, until I'm going to actually put it on my mount button. I put the dragon that I was going to use normally where I put it, but we don't have that yet. So I'll just put the regular mount that I've been using. All right, let's light the brazier. May this brazier once more guide every peaceful denizen of Azeroth to these shores. Hooray! Changing a few settings, by the way. I know I'm stuck in the thing. I was tabbed. All right, let's talk to Syndrax. The embassy is looking better already. Is every blood elf as helpful as you are? I can't wait to meet more. Well, you know. I have never known the Major Domo to be late to anything, much less this late to something this important. Most unusual. Syndrax perks up at a thought. I could use my emergency signal flare to alert them to your arrival, then they would come rushing to greet you immediately. I've never fired my emergency signal flare before, though. Convince Syndrax to fire her emergency signal flare. Yeah, you should do that. Hey, use it. Send out the flare. We're trained to only use these signal flares in an emergency. The emergency is that I am here. And I need to know. Major Domo will arrive to welcome you in no time. Does the Major Domo personally respond to every emergency? There's no one Queen Alexstrasza trusts more. I should walk. RP walk time. I like the shield. Look, here they come. Where? Oh, they're there. Hello. Oh my god, it's a Volpera. Get out of here. Get away. Of all the forms, and you choose the Volpera form. We saw the flare. What is the emergency, Cadet Syndrax? The new arrivals were wondering where you were. And I thought... I see. I apologize for our absence, but our ancient rival, the Jaradin, stirred to violence once again. Dragonheart Outpost has already fallen. Gasp. Not the outpost.
Do you trust me?
Well then, 60 pal, what do you say? Do you fancy a fight alongside your newfound dragon acquaintances? I assure you, there's no quicker way to earn their trust.
Until next time.
Queen Alexstrasza is eager to meet you, but the Jaradin awakening and attacking so suddenly has interrupted our plans. As Major Domo, I will ensure you receive your audience with Alexstrasza. So here is a small thing. A lot of people won't appreciate this, but I do. Just to be fully clear with a lot of you, I play a lot of MMOs, and I played through the entire 14 story recently. And one of the big things that they do, since it's more of a story game, is they have these dialogue options that even if you go back to talk to an old NPC, they'll talk to you about what's happening in the current story and stuff like that. Now this isn't as intricate as that, but I do like that there's extra things so we can build at least some sort of lore here. What the heck is going on? So I hope this continues because I'm a fan of it. What does a Major Domo do? As Major Domo, I am entrusted by Queen Alexstrasza to oversee much of the day-to-day operations of our Dragonflight. I see her orders are carried out swiftly and appropriately. I respond to distress signals, such as the one that Cadet Syndrax errantly sent just now. Raises an eyebrow at Syndrax. As a more direct answer to your question, I serve my queen, my flight, our visitors. Wherever I'm needed, I go for life. I'm confused. Are you a dragon or a Volpera? Major Domo smiles kindly. Well, that is a curious question. Can a person only be a single thing? I have not found that to be true. In fact, I have found it far more likely for one to be many things simultaneously. You could tell are far more than just a blood elf or just a paladin, and I am more than just a dragon. Well, I am still a drake, technically. But you see me now in my chosen visage, a Volpera, and I hope that in time you will see the rest of me as well. I am far more than just an anything. I wish we'd time for more pleasant introductions, but we can't all be Chronormu, can we? I am Solistra, Major Domo of Alexstrasza, the Lightbinder, Queen of the Dragons. First of her name. Queen Alexstrasza asked me to convey her kindest regards and escort you to her at the light pools, but I'm afraid I must ask for your assistance before we go meet her. Our ancient rivals, the Jardin, have awoken from their slumber under the earth and have already assaulted a nearby outpost. Okay, so I mentioned the other day that in the Evoker starting zone, there is a cave full of elementals. Are the Jardin like elementals? Is that cave going to be connected to something going on with this later? I'm curious. Alright, I need to receive my orders. How can I help? The Jardin war party cannot be allowed to rampage further. True. Cadet Syndrax, escort the champion to Commander Lethenak outside Ruby Outpost. I think that's the Giants. That would make sense. Help them safeguard the evacuation of the Whelplings and wounded. Yes, Major Domo. Rathian and I will take to the skies and contain the reinforcements inside Scalecracker. Scalecracker Keep. Do come to join us when you're done, champion. There will be no shortage of Jardin to kill. Don't call me champion, call me 60, please. Only after the Whelplings and wounded are safe. The rest of the visitors will need to wait here. We will send word when it is safe to leave the embassy. Okie dokie. I miss all the fun. There's plenty to study here before we move on, Toddy. For the Dragonflight for life. Okie dokie. The Jaradin have awoken. This is not good. I've only read of the Jaradin in books. Ancient rivals to the dragons, powerful giants. Oh, they are the giants. With mastery over earth and lava, dedicated wholly... Okay, that makes sense. Dedicated wholly to hunting dragons to extinction. Syndrax furrows their brow at the distant volcano. Where is the volcano? Hello? I can't see no volcano. Over here? This? How do you see that? I can't see that. You have eyes of an elf as a dragon. My instructor said that they hadn't been seen since the dragons left as they slumbered deep in the earth. If they've awoken, every whelpling on the Isles is in danger. Follow me, I'll take us to the Commander Lethanak. Okay. I like the questing experience so far. Like, I'm like enthused, you know? Like, I'm curious to see where we're going here. What is that image? Nice butt. Don't do that. Thank you for the copy pasta. We'll move swiftly. Dragonheart Outpost isn't far. Okay. It didn't look correctly because I have my chat in the OBS, but then I checked my browser and I was like, oh, okay, that's what it was supposed to be. Oh, there's geodes over here. According to legend, the Jaradin are the dragon's most formidable rivals. Ruthless and powerful, they killed countless whelplings, drakes, and dragons in ancient times. When the dragons left, the land went dormant, so too did the Jaradin slumber. But now the land itself reawakens with glorious life. May we never tire of its beauty. And here we have possibly the screenshot that we will use later. Well, we're still talking. I gotta take that screenshot. Stop! I gotta take a screenshot right there. That's a good backdrop. Jaradin have always sought to destroy the oathstones of the Dragonflights. It's a good thumbnail. Commander Lethanak, Cadet Syndrax, and Ally reporting on the Major Domo's owners. Okay. Wow, look at that sword. I like the hilt. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to take a screenshot back here. I'm not sure what I'm going to use, but this might be a good one. It shows so much. There's like so much going on here. Let me wait for this bird to fly out of the shot. Nice. I hope we get dragon riding soon. I wonder how long we do the first zone until we get that. Jaradin are every bit as fierce and powerful as the archive suggests. We must act quickly. It descended upon us before we could even respond. My guards held as long as they could as we evacuated the young and helpless, but I fear that there are more within the outpost. Okay. We may not have the power to take back our outpost, but we do not have to surrender without a fight. Show them we still have teeth. Sure. Trusting you with the lives of my brethren. No problem. I got this. There's also quests back here that I still need to do. Joe Cock, I can't do that. How you doing, man? I'm going to do these side quests before I move on, and then we'll go back here. To give you an idea of how much XP the Azure Span gave me, I was really far ahead doing all of the quests. So this probably isn't needed, but to test the quest, I'm going to test the quest, so that's how I operate. What I wanted to do though was check the rewards. So it's a 190 and I'm in 180. So 190 eye level. What we're gonna be looking at here. You just got home, nice man. I think this went live about an hour ago. Wait, what? Oh, they're magic tools. I'm like, why am I throwing this and not actually using this thing? I see. So a big issue I have here is that I didn't really buff a lot of my Templar's verdicts, so if I fight one mob, it's not as good. Can you tell me if anything is ass in the red tree? I mean, my biggest complaint is that the trees going forward need to be formed a lot better. I really didn't like that, how spread some of these trees are and like some of the placements, but that's something they'll work in time. There's a really interesting build going on for AoE that buffs consecrate in a lot of ways, so I took like a massive consecrate tree and I'm curious to see how that performs in the dungeon. I can combat log it later, but very likely it's still not a good idea to go off those numbers because all we know, the tree's completely broken. So because Shadow Priest has a lot of broken stuff, Hunter had a lot of broken stuff. Just kind of like the case right now. With everything going on. But it looks good. Hopefully it livens up Ret. I've never been like the biggest Ret player because it just doesn't feel... I don't know why I pressed that button. They died so fast I didn't expect them to die. It just feels kind of like... meh. And I already play Warrior. And I usually like DK more. But I would like to be pulled in multiple directions for classes. The best thing for me is if I like everything, you know. Yeah, Divine Soul is in here. It's all the way down here though. And I went for Final Reckoning instead. I gotta use that. What is this? Primal Multicore? Are we waiting for a respawn? Is the respawn working? Let's wait a little bit and see if something respawns here. There we go. They look pretty decent. I mean, they don't look bad to me. I just think it's going to come down to numbers. The biggest thing that I can say is I'm glad that there's no 3-point trees, because there's a lot of trees that have been coming out that have way too many like 3-pointers. There should only be 1s and 2s from now on, in my opinion. Is Baron? I mean, maybe. Maybe they're all related for all we know. I guess we go down in this cave, huh? My thought. Yep. Interesting that they're neutral. Besides a barren crust core. I was really hoping to have monk or warrior this week, though. Not gonna lie. Maybe next week. There we go. I need to turn on my resource bar. Somebody actually is playing warrior right now, though, through the questing area. Loot? Oh, did it not go through? I thought I looted it. I thought I right-clicked. Did I get you baited? Oh no, and I don't have a steed charge. I swear to God, if you disappear. There we go. My bad. Yeah, it's interesting that they're all neutral. And they don't just insta-attack you. Right. Wait, I still can't mount? Oh, okay. Please don't aggro me. Incredible, this is the best day of my life. There you go. I'm gonna make so many hammers.
You are welcome here.
Thank you for your service.
Dionysus,
Thank you for your service.
we can't rest until we
For the
stop.
Dragon Scale expedition?
Stay focused and sharp.
Tell Grimax that the first drink is on me once we are both off of our shifts. You would drink with an orc? I wouldn't I have? Tonight so will you. Nice. Nice. We're mending some wounds here, guys. Still getting a few like random frame drops, but from what I understand, a lot of people have been complaining about that in general chats so far. This zone may just have some issues with that. The Captain from Exile's Reach is in this zone? Yeah, they both are. I was talking about the Evoker starting zone and how it was very relevant to Exile's Reach, and we ended up having those characters from that area. So that's interesting to me. That came up so soon. But it makes sense, right? If we're going into a new expansion and new players start off in Exile's Reach, that's a character they'll recognize. That's kind of a throwback. But everyone else who doesn't make a new character and do Exile's Reach, they won't know who that is. And personally, I think Exiles is the best way to do it. It takes like less than 30 minutes. And you're level 10. But the XP buff will be higher. It's just really good. Hold on. How much does this? Is this? Oh, it's 3 holy power. That's what I thought. Bang. Alright, what's going on in here, boys? What are y'all doing? Boom. 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 Battle cry, how much does that do? How buffed is that? Ooh, 25% increase in damage. That's something I should try and not let happen. Oh, those respawns are fast. There a stair in here? It looks like it's up. Oh, there's a ramp over here. Alright, so I need to consecrate. I need to make sure I have a consecration down before I exercise in the future. But that's more for AoE. Right now I'm just spamming Templars, I guess. And then using procs if I get my Storm proc. Oh, Whelp over here. I forgot that my Bladed Justice actually procs Consecrate already. That's something I already forgot about from the talent tree. Actually, I'm curious about something. Hold on. Okay, it didn't proc that time. I guess there is a timer of some sort. So are there two Consecrates here right now? I was wondering if those could stack. That would be a lot of damage. In an AoE situation. That's how I read it. Let me look at that again. Where was it? Where was it? Where was that ability? I don't remember. Was it over here? Has its own consecration limit. So we could have two. Yeah, AoE is going to be different, I think. Like, we're placing a lot of value into consecration with this build. Oh, nice. Boom. Are you okay, little dragon? Be free. I'm gonna try and run away. Oh, it's right there. There we go. I am good to go. Nice. That was like some nice burst, I think. Those guys seem really strong. They have a lot of health. We cannot rest yet, but I breathe easier knowing we have rescued them. Thank you. Wonderful. Cadet Syndrax has informed me of our Major Domo's plans. Thank the Lifebinder that we have their help. Their interference gives us the reprieve we need to get our wounded back to the life pools, where they will gain the help they deserve. I wish I could give them the reinforcements they deserve, but with the Jardin threat, I must keep my guards near the wounded. I need you to go into the enemy stronghold to meet them. Give them no quarter. No problemo. Meet Rathian. so he's over here. The wagon is ready to go. Do I have the option to ride the wagon? Oh, is this for the wounded? Oh, we got a bonus objective here. Guess I can do that. Let's see if we get an extra quest when we meet Rathian. Blew this tower for our leaders, set up to join them. Got you. Yeah, I was thinking he was gonna fly in. I was like, where is he? Good news from the outpost, I hope.
You stand before the Black Prince.
It does my heart well to hear such good news from Dragonheart Outpost during such a terrible time. The refugees will be safe at the light pools. Even the Jardim would not raise arms against the might of Queen Alexstrasza. Ah yes, I saw one of the giants headed back from a raid shortly after I arrived. They're celebrating their victory somewhere within the camp. It would be a shame if someone interrupted their revelries, don't you think? Is there a two-handed here? Ooh, it's an axe! Well, that's kind of okay. That's a nice... It's hefty. It's a hefty axe. It's plain, but it's hefty. What does the sword look like? Eh. Okay. Also, Lister and I attracted their eyes above. Shadows crept in through their defenses. My agents, the Black Talon, are keeping an eye and ear throughout the keep. Meet them and I'll let them know you're on our side. Okay. Oh, I fell. And there's a spider. I fell and there's a spider. That's not good. Well, there's the proc, by the way. So far, I like the zone. Ooh, this looks cool. Like this whole backdrop here. Wait, is there another bonus objective here? Dragon Hunter Gordon? I Gordon? Me Gordon. I Gordon.
Hello. There is no hurry.
They brought back trophies of their attack on the Reds. Heads, eggs, scales, they reveled in the carnage. Oh, I see. Oh, it's an elite though. I don't think that's somebody I can solo. I'll get credit here. Oh, this is unfortunate because I don't want to step in the lava to die. Are they okay? Let me give them a heal. Actually, can I heal them? They're on the other... Yeah, they're actually not my faction. Never mind. I'm not really sure how the cross-faction stuff works. Are they going to allow us to do more stuff together? Because I really haven't dabbled with that much on retail. I'm surprised there's so many Alliance. To be completely upfront. I really thought there would be more Horde running around. This is the most Alliance I've seen in my life.
You're getting on my nerves.
They're messy eaters. Thank you for the report. Victory Feast was tough to watch. Yep, there are two consecrates out right now. So that's pretty sick. So what causes consecrations to flare up? Let me look at this. Each holy power you spend has a 5% chance to cause your consecration to flare up, dealing medium holy damage. Man, it's only 5% though. I wonder how much damage that'll actually end up being though in prolonged AoE. %, with a lot of holy power though. It adds up. Fast. This meat grinder is a good leader and she's running high from that victory. Oh, it's an elite. I'll help you out, friend. Zip zap. Oh, I'm getting sucked right now, boys. Into a vortex. They don't usually have abilities like that in questing, do they? A suck ability? That's new. Give the Kalashi plans to Rathian. Okay. Oh, look. These guys are level 70 mobs or higher. Something. There's a secret over here, I bet. Something going on. Or it's a world quest area if that's returning. Let's finish up the bonus objective and then we'll do the turn in. We're about to hit 61 already. That seems a little fast, doesn't it? Like if we weren't reading this and we're just doing the quests, like it would be a pretty quick level. Still need 23%. Oh wait, I was supposed to give Rathian the thing here. Never mind, I'm bad at the game. Who's actually up here? I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just running around. Okay. This may be actually really bad. I'm just preemptively popping this. Trying to do as much damage as I can. The only reason I was scared is because the battle cries increased their damage. I was like, oh no, I'm going to die. Pulling 3, I forgot about that. Oh, I never equipped this. My bad.
I have been expecting you.
Let's get that axe. They seem to have no shortage of bodies to throw in our way, but perhaps this blow shall give them pause. That is troubling to say the least. Yet another reason to fight them. Ooh, a treat. Oh, I should have checked if I could have read the intel. My bad. Oh, a treat. I love seeing into the minds of my enemies. It helps me strike fast, strike true. Let's see. The Obsidian Citadel? No, no.
The Black Dragonflight will be redeemed.
Well, I still have it in my... No, I can't read it. That's good. So it's still there. Our efforts have been effective here, yet I cannot dedicate my entire time here to slow them down. Commander Lethanak was insightful as always. We will need the help of our most veteran guards to stop their threat. Rallying them was the perfect task for a young cadet like Syndrax, but she may need support. Syndrax's path will take her towards the west, which may have been overwhelmed by this rising threat. They will need aid as well. I keep falling into this hole. Heal these guys and then meet Syndrax. I'm not sure what tank I want to play in Dragonflight. We have to have all the tank trees done. I'm just really curious if they're going to make Prot. For some reason, I just really am not ever interested in Protection Paladin. But I'm excited to kind of look at the tree later. So there's 4 chapters. Wonder how long this zone's gonna be. Syndrax stopped by and rushed through. That one is a whirlwind. I like her. Cadet Syndrax came through here not long ago. She relayed Commander Lethanak's orders for all Draconid to rally back at the light pools. Our whole defensive regiment set off in that direction not long after. Her scouts were out on patrol in the old ruins, so she headed in there to rally them too. Okay. So, I'm guessing this zone is going to lead to the Ruby Life Pools dungeon. Is that what we're anticipating here a little bit? That's the way it seems like. The Lifebinder Conservatory. Oh, everything's on fire. Well, that's not good. Over here and stay low. Alright, I'm low. I couldn't find the scouts. The Primalists are here. I don't know what to do. What is happening? Cutscene! Everybody enjoy the X. Is Captain Exposition? Awesome. Captain, tell us what happened. A massive Primalist proto-dragon drops off stolen red Dragonflight eggs and orders the Primalist to infuse them with elemental power. Okay. Good to know. And this is where we learn about who the Primalists are. The Primalists are troublemakers led by terrifying elemental proto-dragons like Razageth. They seek nothing short of the destruction of all dragonflights and the reduction of Azeroth to elemental chaos. It seems they recruited some of the mortal races to be their servants as well. It shouldn't be possible. There was no record of this in the Draconid military archives. Proto-dragons infused with elemental energies are monstrously powerful. Stories tell of entire Draconid regiments being frozen in a single breath. If the Primalists are infusing Dragonflight eggs with the same powers, the results will be catastrophic. Haven't read anything in the archives about the Primalists stealing dragon eggs before. This is bad, very bad. There's no higher charge given to a Draconid upon their graduation than to defend every single dragon egg with their lives. It's why we train, why we exist. I can no longer hide and observe. By stealing and infusing these eggs, the Primalists threaten the entire future of the Dragonflights. We are vastly outnumbered, but will you stand by my side? Sure. Commander Lethanak warned us recruits that he had received reports of the Storm Eater Razageth escaping her prison. It seems her servants have followed in her wake, threatening all we hold dear. They move quickly. These ruins were reported to be abandoned during the last patrol. We must stop the Primalists here. Oh, there's a book. Library of Alexstrasza. The pages on this book are charred. The Primalists seem to be burning the ancient tomes found here, putting the Dragonflight's very history in peril. Can I read the book? Can I read? Can I read? What's in there? Nice to see Syndrax with me. That's neat. Oh, what? Stay away from the conduits, okay. There's just a random trap there. Is already being used. That is already being used. Mr. Pally, please stop using. Mr. Pally, stop using the book. I want to use the book too. That's a little awkward. If I actually have to get that book, then I'm getting bullied by somebody not exiting their loot window, I guess. A little awkward. Whoa, I had 3 things proc at once. Oh, this is bad. Oh, okay. Afraid I got stuck. Whoa. Not the whelps. Darn it, I keep forgetting about those conduits. Oh, you can actually read this. Wait, what did it say? Hold on. You can actually read these quest items. The story of an ancient green dragon who could no longer tell his dreams from the waking world, accompanied by a long-suffering dragon spawn. Drakuzot embarks on a fanciful quest to restore an imagined golden age. Pride in Protodrakes, the quintessential love story set in a time before the aspects. An up-and-coming young Protodrake runs afoul of a standoffish elder. Their animosity turns to appreciation and eventually love as they come to understand each other. Nice references. By the way, I believe that first one was what? Don Quixote? Dracuote? That's kind of hard to say. I actually don't know if that's how you say that. I'm just... Oh, wait, is there another book in here? Or am I missing? Oh, there's a ramp. There we go. Ooh, we got a proc, boys. The Lord of the Wings. A band of hardened draconid and plucky whelps come together to destroy an artifact of terrible power that can only be undone in the forges of the mad aspect who created it. Thank you for that. The Lord of the Wings. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh. Oh, wow. There's a lot of enemies on me. What? Well, looks like I can pick up more books. I need to kill four more forces and get one more book, and I think this is a book right here. What is the final book? The Titanic Comedy. A satirical tour of the cosmos from the Emerald Dream to the Shadowlands, led by the Titan Watcher Dantier. Dantier? Neither Titans nor aspects are spared. The author's ire, all having their perceived sins on full display. Nice references, Blizzard. I enjoyed it. I laughed. Well done. Thank you for the joke. So yeah, the Divine Comedy. Oops. Yeah, the Divine Comedy, The Lord of the Rings, Pride and Prejudice, and Don Quixote. That is what it's called, right? Don Quixote. Yeah, Spanish epic novel. Deserve. Ooh, it's a big frog. It's a dragon frog? Hornswog. I need one more force. Okay. Do a turn in. Death was the only mercy left of those poor whelplings. Sindrak puts out a lingering flame on her armor. We've done what we could. Our history will survive. A last hope. A whole brood of whelplings lost. There's one more location we have not checked yet. The large ritual site where that proto-dragon dropped off the eggs. Let us charge their cruel defenses together and save what we can. Okay. Equip the pendant that I just got. So we actually don't get dragon riding for a while. First zone has primarily been on foot. I'm ready. Stay behind me. I will endure the conduit's flame while you grab the egg. Well, see, now we need a tank class for Drakthir. Look at this. It's perfect. The shield, everything. We need a tank roll. Oh, wait. Syndrax is dead. Well, that was unexpected. What? Already? I thought that character was gonna be a whole thing. Like through the rest of the zones, not like I feel like I got Game of Thrones right there. Game of Thrones. Okay, the egg is here. Aspects, is that a dragon egg? I'll summon the major domo at once. Emergency flare. Yeah, I did not expect a death. I thought Syndrax was going to be a thing we, like a NPC we follow through the rest of the zones as a recurring character that, like, comes along with us, you know? But that is not the case. Is that? We safeguard our precious eggs to protect the future of all dragonflights. The Primalists do not simply threaten pain or anguish with their actions. They threaten us with extinction. I must inform our queen. Ooh. Sorry, quest. Take me with you to see the queen, please. Here we go. Very well, just this once. Try to equip everything. Hold on tight if you can. I'm holding on tight. Tinders alerted me as soon as a caravan of eggs went missing, but to hear what happened to them. To let you guys know how fat I am, I thought chicken tenders instead of dragon tending to eggs. We have endured many blows to our flight over the years. We had only just started to recover, and now this. The red dragonflight was charged with nurturing life. Yep. Ooh. This is a cool shot. This might also be a good thumbnail. We must stop the Primalist. We must stop the Pro Dragons. Can I go back? I want to take a shot of that. That's like a really good shot. Oh, whoa, what? Look at that. Welcome to the Ruby Life Shrine. I am glad my trusted solicitor brought you to safety, but what urgency brought you so quickly? Oh, is this the first time we see her? Whoa. Nice. Whoa, what? Look at the back of this. I like it. I actually like the redesign. The art doesn't really do her justice. The in-game version looks really cool. That's a really cool armor set. It is rare to see my major domo in such a state. What is it? Cutscene. We may get Captain Expositioned. Captain Exposition. What do we need to know? Why the back tail blocking? Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. Alexstrasza accepts the rescued egg and talks about the oathstones. Well, that's a very quick... very quick, So here's the thing. I'm not sure what type of background I should go for, because we have the Alexstrasza and everybody's gonna be like, oh, is that Alexstrasza, you know? Or there was this really good shot back here. This area is really cool looking. The life shrine looks very nice. There's a few quests here. Yeah, this is a good shot. Whoa, this is a nicely designed area. Oh no, that the original, like, looking at the zone may be a better shot than this. This is kind of plain. There's a screen capture. Oh, I should get this. Hephaestus? An IOU. Okay, I'll just grab that for now. I think that's related to professions. This is kind of a good shot too. Oh, hold on. Also, like, maybe looking down over here. I'm afraid to fall, but like, I wish I could get an aerial shot so bad, man. That's a really cool aerial view. Happy Duck got hurt while we were flying to the Dragon Isles. He was doing so good, and then I hit a tree. His stuffing is falling out. His feathers are all bent. Oh, are you talking about a doll? Happy Duck? You have a duck doll, you little dragon? Oh, don't cry, Happy Duck. 60 Pal will help us. I can't turn down. I can't turn down someone in need. Oh, wait. You can see... Hold on. Wait, where is it? You can see the duck on his head. Oh, what the heck? Oh, man.
Good day to you.
Yeah, here's that artisan quest. Can you do me a favor? I want to get a gift for my husband, Miguel. He means so much to me, but I've been so busy lately that I haven't had time to make him anything. Could you help me make him something? Okay. No problem. No promise. No problem, Thomas. Any spare scraps of fabric? You have any spare scraps of fabric? Unless I have any to spare. Okay. You have fabric. Do you have fabric? If you have a moment, we are about to begin a life calling ceremony. A dragon's calling is very special. Some become masterful gardeners, others care for particular wildlife. Young dragon spawn have finished their training and are ready to take on their first callings. I know they would be thrilled to have you participate. When you're ready, please present each of the items on this table to them. Sure, why not? Begin when you are ready. Okay. Well, I'm going to present the handy rake. You are a gardener. Promise to care for the gardens and the light pools as best I can. Congratulations. Your future is raking leaves. Congratulations. We have a jar of fireflies. I don't know what this means. With this jar of fireflies, I shall care for all the frogs in these lands. Oh, well. Hope you like frogs. Here you go, friend. Nice glasses. Just notice you're wearing glasses. Ooh, we got a dagger. Are you going to kill people? Caretaker of Hornstriders, I accept this calling. Why a dagger? I read that Hornstriders are violent, but congratulations. And you will water the plants. I accept this calling, but what does a watering can have to do with it? Calling can change throughout a dragon spawn's life, but we each cherish our first greatly. Then we just got a ton more quests. Yeah, speak to a core in the ruby light pools. I'm gonna pick these up. Meet you down by the pool? Gonna pick that up later too. Go back to the main quest. Well, no, let's help our little friend first. Let's help our little friend first with their duck issue. Man, look at this Chad. Oh, somebody has their dragon already. You may be right about the egg that we saved being our dragon. Let me talk to the... We're gonna find feathers. Ducks, but it's rude to take them right off the ducks while the ducks are still using them. Maybe you could look and see if there's any ducks that don't need them anymore. Dragon spawn make all kind of things just over there. Sometimes things cost money. Okay, so I gotta buy the beads and then duck feathers. On the ground. Here we go. All right, we got the feathers. Let's go get another piece of fabric and then buy the bead, and then our little friend here will have their friend amended. Little duck pal. I guess trade goods. I was thinking it would be trade goods. It's a bead, right? Am I missing it? Glass bead. You have it? Oh.
What can I do for you? For the
I have to have skipped it, right? They have to have the bead. Maybe someone else has it? It's marked on the map as over here, though. Hmm.
How are you?
Oh, this is like a crafting quest talking about qualities to teach you about the new profession system. That's interesting. Oh, wait, it's right here. Can I just steal it? Peace! Just stole. Oh no, they told that we didn't steal it. We told why we were taking it. And here I thought I was gonna actually have to buy it. I've been debated. Alright, do you guys have fabric? We just gotta find someone who knows how to do that. So we go find the tailoring profession person. They'll fix your little duck, right? Or the artisan guy.
Hello.
This might be related to the other quest. Oop, I lagged pretty bad there. No, it's actually up here. And Krillon.
Have you come to trade?
Yes, how can I help? These materials should be plenty to repair your happy duck, young one. Thank you for bringing this important matter to my attention. Should only take a moment.
Look to the skies.
Congratulations, little Estraza. Bend this hole, stitch on these feathers, and let's not forget the eye. There you are, good as new. Happy duck, you're beautiful. Aw. No problem. Congratulations. I did a good deed today. Now that that's done, we can go back to the main quest, which is probably far more important, but a little whelpling asked me to fix their doll, so I had to do that.
The balance must be maintained.
The mandate of the Red. Our calling is care and compassion. We help the other flights not only for their own sake, but for dragonkind as a whole. Perhaps you would understand if you spoke to the dragon spawn here at the Ruby Life Shrine. Talk to the Tinders. Okay. One thing you may have already discovered about this place, the Dragon Isles are vast. Some of the younger dragons have expressed intense interest in exploring every corner and secret hiding place in this renewed land, even those places that are not readily reached from the ground. They are eager to work with you and join you on your journey across the lands. Speak with Lord Andestraz here in the Ruby Life Shrine, and we get dragon riding and our proto-drake.
Greetings.
What do you do here? Each egg requires careful supervision to reach their full potential. We provide that care. Where there's so few eggs, the blue dragonflight has endured terrible losses as of late. We must help them recover. And then there's the mother over here after we go talk to Andistraz down this way. I'm excited to get started. Don't worry, the fancy maneuvers will come later. Let's start with the... Wait. He warped over here. First you will learn how to glide. Okay, so there is a learning quest to all this, it looks like. If you fly straight, you'll wear yourself out right now, so use gravity as an aid and aim slightly down to fly a long distance. The rings will give you the general angle. First call upon your Drake, then fly through the rings. Got it. Whoa. Oh. And... Mayday. Well, I wonder where I'm going to end up now, because I got DC'd. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh, okay, there's the ring right there. Ah, there we go. So, I never had flying DCs, but I do know that they changed Dragon Redding a little bit in this this update. They made the turning more weighty, and I noticed that immediately that I just kind of slingshotted. It felt a lot different than it did before. Hey, Kepke. Let me add this to a macro before I forget because of the LUA errors. Oh no, my UI reset because of the DC. Oh, I just realized. Oh no. Why me? Darn it. You know what I'm gonna do? Hold on, I gotta yoink this stance bar really fast. I'm going to log out quick so it saves. I don't want to have to deal with that again. Oh, almost forgot. Look over to the right here and make sure... There we go. Okay. Let me extend that a little bit, actually. Move it up. And then log out. We're going to save our settings. I don't have to deal with that again. Okay. Let's go back to the flying quest. Gliding will get you to where you want to go, but what if you want to get there faster? Diving after jumping from somewhere high will give you a speed boost. Fly through the rings to the target. Okay. As you aim your nose towards... Okay, are we going to get DC'd again? Let's check. Nope, we're fine. Wasn't that better? If you start your flights with a dive, you'll get to where you want to go as so much faster. What I'm curious about is if they kept in the vertical increase in flight bug. Now, what if there's an obstacle in your way? As long as you fly well, you can conserve your momentum and gain some height after a dive. When you dive this time, you will find your flight path takes you below the landing area. Use your momentum, you can regain lost height. Okay. Sound good. Ooh. Nice. Well done. The rest is now a matter of practice. Alright, oh. Travel to the Skytop Observatory in the Waking Shores. So I guess that is the... Well, this is... Take a flight to the... The others are excited to meet you and show you more. I will meet you at the Skytop Observatory. It says it's... I should probably finish the quest here first before we move over. And I want to test to see if we have the ability to go vertical. Because if they've taken that out, then flying is going to get harder. Hope. That's a good answer. Oh, there's a racetrack right here. I'm gonna get distracted. I won't do the races yet. I'll get through the questing first. How do you care for these eggs? The water that feeds into the Ruby Life Shrine flows from the wellspring beneath Tierhold. These sacred waters nurture the eggs in our care. Yo, ooh, upgrade, blue gloves, boys. Winner, winner. The dragons were gone from the Dragon Isles for a really long time, Sixy. To tell the truth, some of our skills have atrophied as they were passed down from generation to generation. These whelps should be easy to teach, yet we're having some trouble wrangling them. I saw that even Majordoma Solistra trusts you with the most crucial tasks. Would you lend us a hand and help one of our young? Okay. Sure. Oh! Whee! Oh, it's an aerial combat. You'll never get me, Star Fox. You'll die just like your father. And I cannot hit this. Can I have the targeting? Why is this not hitting? Am I getting trolled? I swear. What are the other abilities? Okay. I didn't see a health bar, so I was kind of worried about that one. Hey, hey, hey. This is kind of a wonky quest. There we go. Too bad I can't use the feedback window because it's broken. The dragons feel a lot more weighty. I don't know if I like it or dislike it. It's good to see our young flying with such joy and liberty in their hearts. Oh, hey, here's the rostrum transformation stuff that'll be getting. Nice. Well, I don't have enough energy. I gotta fly over to this next area, so we're gonna have to wait for our bar. I'm probably gonna get some water as we wait for this. I think this is a good point to start flying, but yeah, we gotta wait for our energy bar to go up. All right, we have the energy. Let's go. All right, so here's the test to see if I... Okay, so they changed... Yeah, so they stopped the infinite fly glitch. They really... they made you turning a lot more weighty. It feels a lot different now. You can't just instantly go up anymore. I think that's good, but I miss just going as high as I want to. Just with 1 point. I suppose I was so eager to show you our foundation here. I may have flown a bit too fast. My apologies. It isn't much to look at right now because it's been so long since someone inhabited these terraces, but we will make them our home nonetheless. Oh, we have the rostrum already. Neat. Just as mortals do, the dragons care very much about their appearance. Your drake is able to change as well. I'm gonna do a video on this probably later, to be honest. We'll go through the zone, get all the rostrums, show off the rostrum transformations for the proto drake, and I'll put a separate video for that. We'll have like the whole questing zone uploaded, and then we'll have the dungeon. Tonight's... dude, I'm gonna be up so late tonight. This is a lot to do, man. Yeah, so let's see here. I'll take a look at it later. I want to be surprised when I do. Okay. Obviously, it's not just Glyncera and myself that are invested in these adventures. While you are here, the others would love to meet you as well. You've also already met Kalormu, who has a special interest in racing. There's also Lithragosa, who can help you hone the specific skills relate. Oh, here's the trees? Is this the talent trees? Here we go. Meat and potatoes. I think this is the race person. No, this is the trainer. Sick. Tell me more how I can get better dragon riding. Look for glyphs like the one behind me. Oh, this is interesting. I read about this. So this reminds me of the wind current system in 14. It seems like it to be like a little bit borrowed from that. I don't know if other MMOs do something like that, but you collect these and you get training points. Try exploring as much of the Dragon Isles as you can and gaining your own power. I like this actually. This is cool. Can I touch it? Can I get one? No, that's just an example. Can I look at the trainer? No! Work in progress UI art. It doesn't show anything. No. I was so excited. Ah, man. Oh well. Maybe I gotta get some points first. And then this is the races. I'm not gonna do the races right now. I'll do them later. It will feel a lot different with the weight change on the flying because I gold medaled the other races very, very easily in the Azure Span, but now dragon riding feels different. As you can see, those of us from the different flights have all come together for this and we are ready for adventure. Okay. This is just the beginning of your dragon riding journey. Keep your eyes open for new adventures and experiences throughout the Dragon Isles, and be sure to visit us in any of our outposts. For now, return to Alexstrasza. Cool. Neat. I like this. I think this is good. Not everybody will probably like this stuff, but I like it. That's all that matters. I'm into it. Well, I'm not getting any energy. I'm afraid I'm gonna fall. We're getting a lot of lag in this zone, though. All right. Okay, I gotta recharge. Let's perch right here. Okay. What the heck happened? No, I still can't make it. Oh, no. Well, this is awkward, isn't it? No. That's strong. I need more energy. No. Yeah, the dragon riding feels so different now that we can't do. Oh, there's a disconnect. Yeah, we can't do the vertical speed increase, so it's very noticeable how different it feels now. All right. Oh, I have full energy back after logging. No, that is a bug. Never mind. Maybe it is a bug. Yep, I can't use it. It's a bug. That is a graphical issue. All right, let's wait. Unfortunate. Oh, my back. I got some water. I'm full energy. Changing the music. There we go. Okay, let me try and go up. I'm actually kind of worried I won't reach it anyway. Okay, their dragon riding changes have caused me to DC now. I never had disconnects on the flying until now. Revert what you did, Blizzard. That's not good. It is not good, boys. And I am still not all the way up. I'm getting trolled so hard. Oh my goodness. Can I run up here? Oh, this isn't good. Let's wait for the energy bar again. That's really unlucky. The dragon riding changes feel really different. I don't know if I like this system more than the previous system or not. My B net working? No. We gotta wait a little bit, sorry. You have to have energy. Oh, I lost a sub. I wonder what happened. May have been one of my 14 people like, nope, playing WoW again. Yeah, the talent trees are pretty good. Let's see if I DC again. Oh, thank goodness. I made it. We can continue the questing, guys. I'm no longer cucked by the DC police. Seems like a lot of people on my Twitter got alpha access today. Because I see 2 posts on my Twitter right now from people. Oh, this is a nice song. I haven't listened to this playlist in a while. I say that, and everybody, when they watch this on YouTube later, is like, what song are you talking about? It's because I have I have that music not show up on my recording.
Life endures.
Welcome back. There's much more to do here, but know that you do not take to the skies alone. What? The land shifting? I sense it may be much worse. What's going on? Is everybody gonna die? Oh, this is where the blue eggs were. Uh-oh. Oh! Cutscene. Oh, we actually see this one. A storm. Razageth. Yo, what? Nice. Nice appearance. Nah, I can't. This is gonna look sick when it actually has sound. Let me read what Captain Exposition has to say. Razageth arrives. Nice. As much as I want to follow my queen into battle, I must prove worthy of her trust and protect the life shrine. There are far too many vulnerable eggs to secure. If the enemy breaks through, all is lost. I am sure our guard is mustering on the field to push them back. Speak to the commander, Lethanak, and he will use your strength where it will be most helpful. Nice, man. Oh, they're fighting. Look at them go. Get him. Report to Commander Lethanak. Do I go down? Yeah, okay. They dare strike at our home, our queen. My queen. I will use every weapon in my arsenal to stop these foes. Razageth and her Primalist called up towering earth elementals to break our walls. They must be stopped. Okay. Get them. Oh, my auto loot turned off. Oh no. See what happened when you DC? Everything breaks. There was a lag spike there. Turn that back on. Go. So we have a bonus objective here, and then the Raged Cliff guys are actually a separate mob type. I was like, why am I not getting credit? But it's because we have multiple quests here. Getting hurt. I'm getting hurt. I'm about to die. Cool. We got two big boys over here. Drop the low, go in, pop this, interrupt. Oh! They turn into little babies. There's a lot of mobs that do that, actually. I guess that's just an earth elemental thing, right? This. Is it not working? Oh, it's because I'm so stupid. Because my binds are incorrect. I don't have them normally where I put things. My bad. Oop, lag spike. I wonder if the zone is dying because of how many people are there. A lot of people got in today. I'm pretty sure a lot of people got in off friends and family today. But that's good for dungeons. Obviously not a lot of tank trees are done. I'm glad that we had a tank tree go up for dungeon testing. That was a big thing we had kind of had issues with, was we had to wait on tanks. Crazily enough, near the end of the week we had to wait on DPS and stuff too. DPS weren't queuing for whatever reason. Meanwhile, I always made sure to do a dungeon like every day. Or at least a couple. Try different things, get more footage. You guys hurt. Paladin's feeling okay right now. I like it. I like all the procs. That's something I've noticed with a lot of the updated trees. Oh, I forgot I had abilities. Forgot I wasn't on my regular mount. The procs can be really high on a lot of talent trees because you can take so much now. Enjoyable. And we got 2 of these out now. Let me pop this, pop this, pop this, pop this, interrupt. Pop that. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. I wonder if we have more quests here. Let me turn this in because this is a long bonus objective. If there's more quests here, then makes it more efficient. Defeat 1 proto dragon. Okay. Bring. Rescue 4 eggs. Oh, dungeon meeting stone. Enter the assault on the light pools and stop the attack. The dungeon's pretty early on. I'll make sure to do that after I finish the zone. Unless it forces me. Whoa, what is with this snow? This weather effect? This is different. And I can't see shit. Oh, I can see now, look. Oh, whoa, calm down, buddy. I don't really need to dodge that if it's a cone I can just walk out of, right? Well, that's fun. The ice storms. Oh, about to die. Careful. I'm about to die. Woo, woo, woo. Pain. Pain and hurt. There's so many bonus objectives. Here's one of those bear elementals. It doesn't look like he's an elite. Let's give it a shot. Oh, I let him have his harden go through. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. That was a quick quest. Cruise the ruby harpoon. Are there any proto dragons around here, or was that somewhere else? Aim that better so I can hit both of these. So far I like questing in the zone. It feels more obviously everybody has preferences, right? But this feels more like an actual WoW. Like a WoW expansion to me. Looks pretty. About to die? Question. Okay. Bonus quest. Done. Oh, that was a slope. A lot of enemies here. I'm just gonna shield. I'm gonna do this. This. Go in. Pop that. Pop that for the dot. Pop this. Another thing. Nice. Oh, there was the whoa, the pulses do a lot of damage. That was the pulse, right? Hold up. No, that was my shield advantage. Never mind. I was so excited, but that was the shield. I was like, what? Yeah, never mind. I was like, what? That's consecrate build's gonna be insane. I got you baited. I wasn't paying attention to what I've been using. Dude, I'm so bad at red. I haven't played it in so long. Oh, here we go. Here's a proto drake. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought that was another enemy behind me, but it's, oh, wait. Ow. Excuse me. Excuse me, proto-dragon, sir. My bad. I will run out of this circle on the ground. Oh, it's because they're elites. Spirit are greatly weakened. So, was it weakened when I got hit? Is that bugged? Hold on. Hope they don't cast that ability too much. That's really annoying to deal with. Yeah, they're weakened. I'm just gonna stun them. I don't know why I'm not hodging more on stuff like that and I actually just run out. I'm a Papega. Take the debuff. Taken increased. Yeah, damage taken is increased by 300%. Still gotta run out of that thing, otherwise you'll get one shot though. I only have 30k health. I could use the item in my bags to upgrade my gear right now, but I think it's good to actually test what they're intending us to do this at, so I won't. But yeah, that hurt. Like if I'm at 50% health, that ability one-shots me. Okay. Turn these in. Oh, I'm level 62 already. The XP seems a little high, doesn't it? What is that, the 4th DC? Yeah, whatever they did with the change to dragon riding has really caused a lot of issues here. I was not getting any DCs at all before, and now I'm getting a ton. May have been one of our kin and could have approached us as brethren, but their cruelty leaves no mercy in my heart. Nearly done. Jadzageth, one of Razageth's foul lieutenants, proudly leads the Primalist here. Let us show them all what happens to those who stand against us. Okay. I will harpoon Jadzageth real fast. Oop, oop, oop. Are you serious? I'm sorry. Wait, my quest log disappeared. Sweet Jesus, the pain of these DCs. Are the servers dying? Oh, okay, so the pull happened. Wow, I got 2 procs in a row of ashes. What a burst window, man. Imagine you do your raid boss pull, you're going for the parse, and then you get like 3 of those procs in a row somehow. You're just like, yep, I'm at the top, baby. Kind of funny when I was parsing a Legion and Holy DK, they changed this, but Apocalypse, it was very RNG heavy on your opener, so you always prayed that your soars would be good to you. Otherwise you would have to take another global, and you weren't able to do it to use your Apocalypse. And I had another Unholy DK in my group, and I was like, hey man, do we have good openers? And he was like, yep, this time I did. I was like, me too. Alexstrasza confronts Razageth and is wounded. That's not good. Not good. Oh. Oh. Well, this is kind of odd. We have to fly pretty far away. Oh, no, 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 no. I got you baited. I'm tracking another quest. Here we go. Oh, she has a wounded animation. Every person that plays a Blood Elf is going to want this armor set, I think. Oh, another cutscene? Ooh, thank you, Captain Exposition. Tell me what happened. Rathian and Alexstrasza argue, and Rathian leaves. Uh-oh. These eggs represent a new generation of dragonkind that must be protected and fostered, yet my heart aches and I worry for Rathian. I fear his stubborn determination will lead to folly. I've been a trusted friend over the years, Sixy. Perhaps you can go in my place and help him. Seek him out in the out at the Obsidian Bulwark. And please watch over him.
Embrace hope.
Yoki? Don't DC. Don't DC. There's another race over here. It seems like they intend you to hit 62 in this zone. It happened really early, and I think my XP is locked again. Like when we had the Azure span. Champion, your arrival is most fortuitous. With you here now, my plan will certainly succeed. For years I have fostered the Black Talon teaching and encouraging them to pursue the same heights you have reached. They may not have achieved the same lofty goals as yourself, but they are accomplished in their own right. Each would be honored if you test their skills. Sure.
Look to the future.
Attacking the Jaredin, controlling the Obsidian Citadel will be no easy task. Even with Rathian and his Black Talon forces, this will be a fierce battle. Rathian may be confident, but I am not so certain. Perhaps we can speak to those helping to plan the strategy. Oh, his legacy stands over here. Is this where Neltharis is? The Obsidian Throne.
Greetings, wanderer.
We reviewed the battle plans. My best strategists have created a plan that should have a high probability of success. Okay.
Next one is on me.
Reviewing. Interesting. Plan is sound, but I fear we lack the forces to execute it successfully. Test you guys.
Keep a low profile.
And I'm having no procs here. There we go. Zog zog. Tell me about the weapons. The Earthwarder's Forge created black dragon seared armor and weapons. A dragonkin equipped with such was a fair match for 100 mortal soldiers. Did I? Oh yeah, I should have gotten a talent point, right? Should I get Divine Toll? And then I have another talent that I can get in here. Oh, here's the consecration damage increase. That's probably good, right? Divine Toll. Where do I want to put that? Got 2 1-minute cooldowns shared with Final Reckoning here. So pop Reckoning, pop this, or pop Reckoning, pop this, and then consecrate, get, I don't know. What has your research found, friend? Walls of the Obsidian Citadel have stood strong for thousands of years. With that kind of strength, there is no way that Jardin could have attacked it head on. I suspect the Jardin have instead used their elemental magic to crack the earth beneath the citadel, entering from within Neltharis. Yep. The walls of the citadel are built to withstand the Jardin. They'll surely prove a challenge for us as well. This will only Jardin defending there. So this is where Neltharis is. Let me see if we can queue for the other dungeons or if they're out. We can still queue for it. So Neltharis, Ruby Light Pools, and Uldaman, so they're all in. So we have 3 dungeons on the list right now. Well, that's nice. Doing random dungeons will not feel like a chore. Maybe sound effects and stuff get added to the dungeons as we go through the weeks. That'll be good. Ooh, that was a 14k hit. What? Oh, man.
Spit it out. I'm on duty.
Spit it out. I'm on duty. Can I just pull all these guys and test them all at once, please?
Very well then.
Oh, oh, I'm actually about to die. Never mind. That was a bad call on my part. Oops. Yeah, I'll be fine, right? Heal myself. Ooh, close. I'm about to get double struck. I'm about to die. Oh my gosh, I was about to die. Nobody saw that. Okay.
Mind your step around me.
What business have you?
It seems our fates are intertwined.
I still need to attack this one person.
I greet you.
Done a full survey of the forces. It's best you see the size of the defensive force yourself. Nice. Let's take a. Hopefully this is done. Look at all the mammoths. Oh no, they're a mammoth army.
You stand before the Black Prince. Never let your guard down.
About your judgment, 60 pal, you're correct. Our forces are few in number. But you forget we also have myself. I'm an incalculable advantage, and I will not be denied.
Is there something you
I will not be denied. With your help, my Black Town assassins will cut down the Jardin, defending the outer perimeter, marking targets. Then, from what we have observed, Jardin society is built on strength. The strongest serve as examples for others to fight all the harder. Among the forces below are 3 examples of the mightiest Jardin and your targets.
Azeroth faces many threats.
Good. Let's go get them. Whee! I'm so afraid of DCing right now. Look at those divine purpose procs. 2 in a row. Okay, that's one guy. Wow. Yeah, just let me mount up. Oh, there's a login. Maybe that was a wide. Oh no, the servers are down. Oh man, shit. I was knee deep in lore. Well, how long we gotta wait? Was there any announcement about this? Oh, they're up. There we go. I was tabbed. Am I gonna spawn into everything respawn? Am I gonna be rolled back? How far am I gone? Oh no. And my quests aren't showing up again. No, I didn't roll back too far. That's good. This. Boom, 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 boom. I am about to die. Holy moly, these dudes hit hard. And my auto loot is off again. Wow, I love when Ashes procs, dude. It's so good. Big old bang. Am I gonna get a lot of reward for killing this guy, or am I just crazy right now? Just to be safe. Oops. Ow. %51 on this. Takes a little bit longer. Where's the last named? I'm gonna fly over there. Here we are. Hello, friend. Oh, huh. All right, let's finish this other quest. Let's split there. There's a lot of percentage right here. Bang, bang, bang. Go. Bang, bang. Might as well kill this guy. Throw the bomb. Pop this. Bang. Big boom. Ashes. 1%. That's how it always is, right? You know? It always goes. There we go. Completed. Let's do turn-ins.
Is there something you wish to discuss?
Our advance is pushing them back. All that remains is to breach the gates. You've proven yourself the true hero of the day.
Learn from the past.
The courage of one's convictions. The next battle will no doubt be fierce, but our courage and determination will overcome their greater numbers. I'm counting on your exceptional skills to help lead the troops to victory.
Azeroth faces many threats.
Oh, speak with him to begin. I'm ready to begin. I am ready. There he goes. Shadowlands loading screen. What? Sibelian? Sibelian's brood of black dragons returns from Outland. What? Son of the Black Dragon, Aspect Deathwing. He was described as his lieutenant in all things prior to the Black Aspect's abandonment of Draenor. Fierce enemy of Gruul the Dragon Killer and Gruul's 7 sons. It hates them deeply for killing Sibelian's own people and children. Counts Rexar as one of his friends. Dude, this is an elite. Am I okay to fight this? Like, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of Black Dragonflight political things going on, I'm pretty sure, this expansion. Man, this guy takes forever to kill. What the heck? I'm gonna kill the non-elites. Oh, I love when that procs in AoE, man. Here comes the double. The double. Kill.
We meet again, champion.
Taking the walls, Sibelian and the other dragons are holding back the Dajara Den for now. We must act quickly to secure the high towers and ensure our victory. You and I shall clear the siege arbalist that threatens us from below. Let me know when you are ready. I am ready. Thank you for grabbing me, friend. Saying something. I know not from where you hail, brother, but I cannot fault such a timely arrival. Outland, were you expecting to defeat this entire army on your own, little brother? A bold move. Got AoEs everywhere. Kill. I'm kinda scared of this. Like when that many enemies come at me at once with how hard I've been getting hit. There's a lot of abilities on these enemies that I've noticed that make you move around. I think that's good. It keeps people focused, standing and everything. I think it'll take me to the next one, right? You underestimate me, brother. Perhaps you have been too long away. Perhaps you bear more of our father's stubbornness than even you realize. Ooh. I can't wait till this is voice acted. This is gonna be fun. I apologize that what they're saying is that, like, my keybinds are in the way, but it's in the chat box. Normally I put stuff like that to like my left, or but I don't think we're able to edit where it is yet. It's just defaulting to right here. I have to kill Champion Choruk. There's no dialogue here, from what I've seen. That was a lot of... Sheesh, that was a lot of burst damage, okay. Thought that guy silly. Oh, there he is. The big boy. I stood in that, that's my bad. Probably pop this just to be safe. Myself. Get a lot of health. I need to finish this kill quest, I'm pretty sure, before I move on. Well, use Bop here. I'm getting my butt pounded. God, this is mostly physical damage. These guys hurt, man. And then this is the last kill. I like how that guy's just carrying things while his friends are dying right by him. Funny.
It seems our fates are intertwined.
Excellent. The Jardin forces are on the run. We control the upper courtyard of the Citadel. However, the vaults below may take much longer to secure. Well done. Sibelian and his forces will hold off the Jardin. When Neltharion became the Earth Warder, he swore an oath to protect this world, to safeguard the deep places of the earth, and with his flight to serve as Azeroth's defenders. The obsidian oathstone represents that promise. We must activate the stone, or the Dragon Isles know that the Black Dragonflight has returned.
Learn from the past. Look to the future.
We have to get by here? I guess a warp over here? Here we go.
We meet again.
Is that the oathstone?
Every action has consequences.
Something is wrong here. Rebellion.
I have been expecting you.
I guess maybe they'll talk, but nothing's happening. I'm gonna go touch the oathstone because that's my job. I have to examine it. This cannot be. The stone is cracked. Father broke his oath, and with that, the stone. Makes sense. We must repair it.
Do you trust
This is a setback, but with your help, I am sure we can repair the oathstone. Work with a Bazintis, make it so.
the black dragonflight will be redeemed?
The oathstone is damaged. There are pieces missing. Do what you can to recover the fragments. Maybe there's a way to fix the stone. 12 fragments. Guards in have been looting the citadel. Perhaps they have taken the fragments. I shall assist you in your search. The sad thing is, I've just killed 12 of these guys, but it looks like you just have to pick them up on the ground. But it's good. It's good that we have some boys with us, making this a little bit faster. That's a green item. That's weird. Does it say anything? These vaults stretch for miles beneath the citadel. Many powerful weapons and artifacts were locked away here for safekeeping. Oh, sick. Can I have one? Sounds perfect. Now it seems the Jardin are pillaging the vaults in hopes of expanding their power. Yeah, that's what I would do too. We'll probably see some great evil enemy down here, right? Like this, the vault is holding a weapon, i.e. an enemy. Perhaps. Because there's dead dudes right here. Look good. Left it unattended for so long, it seems these vaults have fallen into disarray. There's a big force field with spiders. Oh, is this where the spider boss is from the raids here? Is that it? I don't think that's the name. Oh. They showed World Boss this week. I don't think that was here last time. No, I don't think that's the name. It's a different model. I was thinking different. Hey, Hellfire. I don't know about going after these elites. Fight him if I don't have to. Oh, we gotta. Oh my lord, what is going on? I can't see. Is this meant to happen? No procs. Give me proc. I didn't loot it. Oh no, this is a weapon. Inflicts a short stun. That's actually not a lot of damage though on the ability. Oh, it's just an AoE. I was gonna throw it. Okay, it does more than what the tooltip says. Animated vault protector? Oh, I got a friend. Yeah, I need one more fragment. There we go. Ow, the pain. Let's go back up the stairs. At least I think that's where I need to go. Maybe wrong. Yeah, I think I should go back to the stone. I think that's what it wants me to do. That poor guy got destroyed. All right, let's turn into the Forge Master and see if this gets fixed. This looks like all the pieces. I believe we can repair this. Forge of the Earth Warder is the most powerful of all the Dragon Forges in existence. Our ancestors used it to create the strongest weapons and armor to defend Azeroth. Within the hearth of that forge is the power necessary to reform the shattered fragments of the oathstone. Let us go and prepare the forge. The forge lies nearby. We must work quickly. Do not fail me. Presentis. Oh, I come out. Oh. Look at that. Let's begin. First, we must activate it. Yeah, let me just turn that on for you. No problem. Next, we will require coals. Yeah, I can... I got it. And there's enemies in the coals. Yep, that's... Yep, that makes sense. I gotta kill 8 of these? Yep, of course. Alright. True, true, true. That's not annoying. I like that this is off GCD. Or this ability that you can pick up off the ground. A lot of burst damage. Definitely recommend if you do the zone at release, pick up one of those spears. It is it's a lot of damage. Nice. Get the forge working, no problem, Rathian. Very good. Now with the arrival of our prince, we can begin. Forge is ready. All it needs now is flame. Place the damaged oathstone fragments upon the forge, and Rathian shall provide the spark. Don't mind if I do. Here you go. Putting it on there. Seems only fitting that my flames secure my destiny. Okay, Illidan. Anyway. Alright, reformed pieces collected. We got some. The damaged pieces of the oathstone are repaired. This is only the beginning of what can be accomplished here. With the forge reignited, I can begin the process of crafting new weapons. The shattered fragments have been reformed. We are ready to repair the oathstone. Go now. I am going. Do not mind me. I am going. Let me fly over there. Seems like they made crashing into things a lot more dynamic, so you just don't fly forever. Alright, cutscene repairing the oathstone. Do we see anything? Nope. Captain Exposition? Tell me more. Rathian and Civilian restore the oathstone. Thank you. Good to know. Very good. Very good. Be swift, I must claim the throne now. Alright, take me. Put me in your paw. I'll be denied no longer. Seems like everybody's racing for the throne. Cutscene, do we see it? Captain Exposition again, boys. Mr. Exposition, what happened? Rathian and Civilian argue who should get to sit on the throne. Here we go. These two are going to destroy Azeroth, mark my words. I need your allegiance now more than ever. Can I just side with Civilian? Maybe let me hear his point. Let me hear his point of view. Sixy, we have worked together before. Yeah, okay. I read that earlier. I spent my entire life attempting to save Azeroth from destruction, and this fool thinks he can just swoop in and claim the title of Aspect? I think not. Talk to my people. See what they have to say about me, about what I've done for this world.
Until next time.
Yes, yeah, probably. I mean, that's something. That'd work out. Speak with left and right. Hello.
What's your problem? Farewell.
Aliens are able to make the hard choices, the ones that no one else will. Setting Garrosh free started a war, but we need that war to prepare for the Legion. Oh, Civilian actually has a quest too. My bad. As Neltharian's heir and leader of the only surviving flight of black dragons, I was not expected to find myself in competition for my birthright. Particularly not against a self-important whelp younger than you, mortal. Nevertheless, if you need more than these self-evident facts, feel free to speak with members of my flight. There's no need to take my word on the subject. Do we get to choose who we side with? Because that'll be something. Kinda worried, kinda curious. What can you tell me about Civilian? Where an aspect failed, Civilian succeeded. Despite Deathwing's madness, despite the rage of the Goron, Civilian and his kin survived. Despite some questionable methods, it is hard to deny Rathian's results. He has worked tirelessly to protect all creatures of Azeroth. What can you tell me about Civilian? A leader is like a finely forged sword. They must be balanced, strong, and a pure metal. Though I like Rathian, he's untempered. Civilian has been forged into fire. I believe he is what we need in a leader.
Civilian rallied us on our
This is voiced.
not only saving us from death, but from the corruption that befell our kin. All the rest, the other flights, glory-starved mortals, even that pretentious prince, chose to murder the afflicted rather than aid us.
That was unexpected. We actually had a voiced line in here. Why am I stuck?
new doorway.
What can you tell me about Rathian? He does what needs to be done. Honor and glory didn't help defeat the Shah or rid the world of mad dragons. Rathian did. Who's this big guy? Govax, and he's neutral. Interesting.
Speak your mind.
Surely you back my claim, do you not?
As your
I don't know yet. You don't really want me to. I trust you understand now. But the oathstone empowered. Once more, by the arrival of my flight, we must now transport the future of our kind to the light pools. It is the right of every true dragonflight to have their eggs nurtured by its waters. Unfortunately, our enemies will be watching the skies now that we have revealed ourselves. We will make the final leg of the journey on foot to avoid their scrutiny. Meet me near the Obsidian Bulwark Paladin as the Lightbinder's champion. You are welcome to join me in this. Wherever those eggs go, I go. You will not return them to Alexstrasza without me. Okie dokie. Let me fly where we need to go. Triggering your full speed is a lot different now. A little bit harder. You have to stay down a little bit longer, it looks like. Oh, nice! A wagon ride with two angry people. I wish they would just let me get in. Why are we taking this ridiculous contraption again? It's agonizingly slow. Our enemies will be on the lookout for us, so we cannot risk an encounter while transporting the eggs, so we shall travel as mortals do to avoid their gaze. Well, to be honest, you guys still stand out. If saving the future of your kind bores you, you are free to leave. I would welcome the silence. Oh, here we go. Raiders. Champion, to me! Is this your idea of subtlety? Quiet, whelp. I will risk no harm coming to the eggs. I could assist our dear champion in defending the wagon, you know. There's no reason they have to do all the dirty work themselves. Reveal ourselves to the enemy? Absolutely not. Stay in your seat. And here's another wave. This is getting ridiculous. How many random encounters must we suffer before you realize your ruse has failed? Let us take wing and be done with it. Cease your fidgeting. If anything is putting us at risk of discovery, it is your childish impatience. What happened to that guy? He's dead. Uh-oh. Finally, I was worried the eggs would hatch before reaching the life pools. Titans give me patience. I'm really curious to see what voice he has between these two, because this could be a good interaction, you know, but it has to be voiced well. Uh-oh. That's not good. Your kind ends today, puppets. Is this the leadership you offer our people? Perhaps the others will see reason now. Whelps these days. Maybe at the light pools proper, champion. This is far from over. Okay. Do I even have enough energy to get up there? Is there a way to get up here without flying? Well, there's an inn here. Yeah, that is probably the biggest complaint I've had so far, is that the change in dragon riding, the vertical increase in distance is way different now. It feels really bad. But I guess that's how they want it. There is at least a ferry here. That'll probably improve with talents. The dragon ride just feels way different after the changes they made. I don't know if I prefer it or not. It felt a lot smoother week 1. Served admirably, thank you. I understand you're concerned, Paladin, but all will be rectified shortly. It seems we are about to have company. Feel free to stay and witness what transpires. It should be quite cathartic. Do speak with Mother Elian when you have a moment, though. Uh-oh. What is the meaning of this, Sibelian? Where are the eggs? Yes, why don't you explain how your ridiculous plan destroyed the future of an entire flight? I apologize for any misunderstandings, Lightbinder, but any report of our extinction is premature. The eggs were never in danger. The cart and my presence were merely to draw the attention of our foes and allow my flight to move unobserved. I have spent millennia rebuilding my flight. As Neltharian's heir, I pledge it and myself to you. What are you? She held up her hand. These eggs are most welcome here, Sibelian, but your part in your father's twisted legacy has earned you no such privilege. I will ensure these eggs are cared for, but I will not be involved in your bickering. That is for the black, not the red, to decide. Talk to the hand. This seems to be a pretty short zone. I wonder how long Anaran will be, because there's only 4 chapters to this zone. I feel like we're nearing the end already. Can you believe it? I can. I can hardly believe it. Black dragon eggs after all this time. But look at the state of this place. It won't do. Nothing is too good for these eggs. Though with those 2 blowhards squabbling like children for the Lightbinder's favor, you can bet they haven't spared a thought for us. You wouldn't leave an old egg tender all alone, would you? I'll help you out, no problem. Let me clean up some of these leaves. Let me pour this real fast for you. No problemo. How do I polish? Where is the polish option? Polish Ruby Shrine Guard. Oh. The actual guard. Yeah, no problem. Hey, buddy. You're kind of dirty. I'm going to help you out. There you go. Now it feels like we have a future. Soon the light pools will be full once again. Thank you for your part in this. It means more than I can ever hope to express. Go find the Lightbinder by the oathstone. Tell her what we are ready. Tell her that we are ready for the eggs. Good old Captain Exposition here, helping us out.
The balance must be maintained.
Future of all flights is now secure.
What is it you seek?
Oh, this actually does something. Hold on. Heals you for 985 health whenever you kill a target. Nice. You have my thanks, Paladin, and my condolences for having to deal with those 2 for as long as you did. The red dragonflight is charged with the preservation and nurturing of all true dragons, even those we may tire of at times. With the return of the black dragonflight's eggs, dragonkind is united, as it has not been in 10,000 years. I believe this is what will light the ruby oathstone. Speak with me when you're ready to bring the eggs to the obsidian life pool.
Embrace home.
I am ready.
Greetings.
We don't get to see it. Darn it. Till next time.
From pain. we
Captain
draw
Exposition
strength.
around so I could see what happened. I don't see him anywhere. I guess not. The light pools are filled for the first time in millennia, in no small part thanks to you. With our purpose fulfilled, our oathstone shines once more as a symbol of our calling.
What is it you see?
Thank you for playtesting The Waking Shores. Thank you, Captain Exposition. We hope you had fun and look forward to hearing your feedback as we continue to improve the zone before release. That was a pretty quick zone. There's still more quests. With the return of the Black Dragon eggs to the light pools, the Ruby Oathstone has been renewed. All right. Yeah, this felt like a pretty quick zone, but it is like the introduction to the rest of the Dragon Isles. I'm wondering how long Anaran Plains will be, and also Thaldraszus. The Azure Span took about 3 hours, I think. This one may have been about the same amount of time, but I had a lot of DCs. I think it'll be a lot lower. But there are a lot of quests that I did not do. It seems like there's a lot of areas I can still go to as well that are side content. I thought that was cool, though. I think the zone looks nice. The Ruby Life Shrine is amazing. But yeah,